welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting tag. We're gonna do the flight attendant tag. These are basically, well, these and a few other questions are basically questions that me as a flight attendant get asked all of the time, and I'm sure a lot of my flight attendant friends out there can also relate. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? The first question, how long have I been a flight attendant? I have been a flight attendant for well over 2.5 years or so. It seems like way longer, but then again, it also feels like I just started last month. But it has been 2.5 years on the other end of 2.5 years, so nearing 3 now. Did you always want to be a flight attendant? No. Not that I never wanted to do it, but I just never thought about it. To me, it was one of those jobs where you always saw flight attendants because I always traveled before I was a flight attendant, but I never thought about it. I never knew what they did. I never knew how to apply. I never knew any flight attendants prior to becoming one. So I really had no insight on it. It just looks like a pretty cool, glamorous type of job. And I kind of just stumbled upon it. So did I always want to be a flight attendant? No, at all. It just kind of happened. I know people that have been wanting to be flight attendant for years, since they were like 13, and this is like their 5th attempt at becoming a flight attendant or trying to. Meanwhile, I'm just like, well, I never even thought about it before I became one. It's kind of odd. Next question. Why did you become a flight attendant? Well, for the obvious reason of traveling, because why else would you become a flight attendant? Yeah, you love people, but ultimately it's to travel the world. That was like my main reason. I always traveled, so it came to a point where I was like, why not get paid to travel? You may as well. That's like a 2-in-1, right? In my opinion, what are the 3 best parts to being a flight attendant? The 3 best parts to being a flight attendant is the freedom. I have an immeasurable amount of freedom in the world. I have freedom like no other. I don't think I could ever work another 9 to 5 ever again. I make my own schedule at this point in my career. If I want weekends off, I can do that. If I want to work 2 weeks out of the month, I can do that. 2 weeks on in the beginning, 2 weeks off at the end to just kind of do my own thing. It's just amazing. The second best part of being a flight attendant is the culture. You're so cultured from traveling so much. You meet so many different people from all walks of life. Just talking to them and conversing and finding out how they got to where they are or what they're traveling for, where they're going. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever been as cultured as I am now. It's crazy. I'm in different cities every day, different airports every other hour, meeting new people. It really puts the people in people person, honestly. Like, you really have to have a passion for caring in people and just different cultures, because you meet people from all walks of life. So that is definitely the second best part of being a flight attendant. The third best part is just traveling, period. Like, the world is really my oyster. I literally could go anywhere in the world and pay little to nothing. Like, I don't know if y'all understand that. If I wanted to up and go to Africa tomorrow or next week, I could do that. And just hearing that still is crazy to me. I still can't believe almost 3 years later that this is my career. I knew that I always wanted to travel, but of course I always paid for it. But with this job, I'm in layovers in different cities, places that I've never heard of. I'm sure a lot of you have never heard of as well. But just knowing that, oh, for my birthday, I want to do Japan. And like, that's not too far-fetched of a thought. That still boggles my mind. I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that I can travel wherever I want. And the plus to that is that I get to bring my mother along. I get to bring my boyfriend along. So it just makes it that much better, 10 times better. I'm not even just doing these things by myself. I take my mother on layovers, my boyfriend comes on layovers with me. It's just so amazing. It's crazy that this is my job. Next question. What's your favorite beauty slash health tip when flying? Hydrate, okay? Please stay hydrated. It is so important, beyond important. Hydration and moisturizing are key things for me and every other frequent flyer, even if you're not a flight attendant. But if you are, then I already know that you can agree. And I'm not even a long haul flight attendant, but I do have 16-hour duty days sometimes where after I wash my face, my skin is so just itchy and just uncomfortable. Or I start breaking out more because my body has been going through it that week, flying a lot. It's just crazy. Your skin experiences so much being a flight attendant. Hydration really is key, and you have to get that moisture. So day creams, night creams, under eye creams, all of those miracle creams can do nothing but help your face and your skin. So water. I try to at least drink at least 6 bottles of water throughout the day, at least. But like, let's say I have 3 legs, aka 3 flights. I try to at least do 1 to 2 bottles of water per flight. I have to. If not, I just feel weird or I feel sluggish or dehydrated, and it's like the day goes by so quick sometimes that you look up, you've been on a plane for 9 hours and you've drank no water. That's not okay. So hydration is definitely my main one, and then moisturizing being my second. I use all kind of sprays and mist sprays, aloe vera type sprays throughout the day just to keep my skin moisturized and feeling plump and nice. Plus it just makes you look cute and helps your makeup stay on longer. So moisturizing and hydration are my 2 beauty tips, as well as a good concealer, okay? A good concealer, don't let me forget that one. So 3, a good concealer will hide those bags. I've had a long night, early morning, which we all do as flight attendants. So definitely an amazing concealer to get rid of those lines, okay? Nobody has time for lines. So good concealer, water, and a good moisturizer are definitely my top 3. Next question, shall we? What was the toughest thing about training? Well, it's been almost 3 years for me, and I'm still scarred from training. That's just me though. I think about it and I still want to like rip my eyelashes off. The entire thing to me was just jam-packed, and it was quick, and it was just so much and so little time to retain all of this information. And it's funny because now, as a flight attendant now, I do my job so easily and so free without even thinking twice. I know exactly what to do. But in training, you know, it was foreign to me. I knew no other flight attendants besides myself, and I wasn't even one at the time. So the hardest part was just retaining the information, having to actually, okay, I have to get a 90 on this test to pass. Not an 89, but a 90. I have to do this. I got to. Like, you have to do whatever you can to just pass. I know that I did, okay? The other hardest part is basically just learning the commands and just being present mentally, because I'm more of a hands-on learner, see it, touch it, feel it. And a lot of times in lectures, you know, it's 4, 5, 6 hour lectures. I can't talk. 6 hour lectures, and you're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, can this just be over? But you have to be present, because more than likely whatever you all talked about will be on the test later on that week. And it's very important that you know, maintain that information in your head. So that definitely was the hardest part to me. Like I said, I still think about it, and it was almost 3 years ago. So yeah, no thanks to me. No. Next question. How do you balance relationships and work? When I first started, I think I gave a lot of pressure in my relationships, meaning if I was home for 3 days, I was like, okay, babe, we gotta hang out. I'm gone. I'm only here for 2 days. I've been gone for 3 days. And I think that put a lot of pressure on him in the beginning, because he's just like, well, okay, babe, it's your job. It's okay. Like, it's all right. Let's just relax. But I was so used to being there in my last relationship all the time with whoever I was dealing with, that I felt like me being gone for so long, he was gonna feel lonely, and I didn't want that. So I think I was exerting too much energy in the wrong place in the beginning of our relationship. Now my relationship with friends is still the same. I have a lot of flight attendant friends now, so when it's time to hang out, our messages usually go like, all right girl, so I'll be home tomorrow for 3 days. What's your schedule looking like? Oh girl, I'll only be home for a day, then I'm flying back. How is it on July 17th, 3 o'clock? And I'm like, oh girl, July 17th, 3 o'clock does not work. How about 5 p.m.? So our messages are so, all right, when can you do this? Like so intact, kind of get in the hang of how to balance it. But you have to have people in your life that understand, even if they don't understand your schedule, because explaining it can kind of be confusing sometimes. I know I still get confused explaining it to new people or new friends or people that have questions. But I think you have to have an understanding person or people in your life. Even with your family, it's going to be times to see them and they have to kind of understand or kind of have to work around your schedule, especially in the beginning of, you know, pursuing or starting a flight attendant career, because you're going to be on call in the beginning. People just have to understand that. You as well have to understand that too. So it's taken a lot of compromise in my relationships to make it work and make it work right. Also, it took me not putting so much pressure on my relationships. Kind of more so just going with the flow, communicating about it, and stop thinking it's the end of the world if I'm not there for 2 days, because this is my career. So, you know, it's kind of like a give and a take. Next question. If you weren't a flight attendant, what would you be doing? What would I be doing if I weren't a flight attendant? For some reason, I can barely remember my life or my jobs and my different odd end jobs that I did before this. It seems like I was always meant to do this, though I never thought about doing it until I did it. Did y'all follow that? I don't know what I would be doing, honestly. I knew it would pertain something to just being a free spirit and probably being an entrepreneur, because I had gotten to the point where I said no more 9 to 5s. It had gotten to a point where I said no more 9 to 5s, okay? You need to do something that you actually love, that you like, that getting up to go do it doesn't feel like a chore. Don't get me wrong, because I do have my days where I'm like, I really have to be up at 3:20 a.m. Take me now. But overall, I love what I do. And I don't think that you can buy that. So though I'm only in my 20s, I told myself that I am not doing any more 9 to 5s. So I don't know what I would be doing if not being a flight attendant. Hopefully, you know, the way that my life was going or the way that I am now, hopefully I will be doing something that was fulfilling to me and fun and, you know, allowed me to use my personality, because I knew for sure that I could not do another desk job. I've tried it and I failed at it, and it's just not for me. You gotta know what works for you. Desk jobs, they just don't. Question. What's your favorite layover? Ooh, I have a lot of favorite layovers. My favorite layovers are basically places where I know people for the most part. It varies. My favorite layover varies every other month. Sometimes it's places that I know people at and we go hang out. Sometimes it's where, like, the place that sparks the best memory. Usually it's the place with the best weather. I love San Diego. I love Vegas, even though Vegas is super hot as balls. But it's usually places that spark good memories and make me feel good. Or the places that I know for sure have the best hotels. So that's usually how I pick my best layovers. Whether friendships, people that I meet, or people that I know in these cities, the best food, because being a flight attendant, we all be thinking about is food on these different layovers. It's like, wow, I heard Seattle had good, I don't know, cupcakes. Wow, I'm going to Seattle. Yes, favorite layover for the month. I know, I'm wishy-washy with my layovers. I know. I know. How has your life changed since becoming a flight attendant? It has changed tremendously. I think I am the most patient that I've ever been in my life. Yes, a lot of that comes with age, but I am the most patient that I've ever been in my life. I'm very diverse in culture, and I don't think that I could have gotten that from a regular 9 to 5 or working up the street at, I don't know, my local grocery store. I think that I'm experiencing an experience that I could not pay for, that money cannot buy. So my life has changed tremendously. My 3 least favorite things about being a flight attendant. There are more pros than cons, but my 3 least things. Realistically, you miss events. I mean, you miss baby showers, you miss Christmas sometimes, you miss Thanksgiving, you miss important dates, especially in the beginning when you're on something called reserve, when you don't have your own schedule. You don't know where you're gonna be. Today one thing, another tomorrow different. So you always miss events. And I know my first year, I missed so much stuff. Christmas, Thanksgiving, like I said, I missed so many things. And I started to feel like, do I even want to do this? I'm missing so many events. Friends' birthday parties, random things that pop up. Ooh, it's going to be 85 degrees tomorrow. Ooh, we should do this. And it's kind of like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Not because I don't want to, but I literally cannot. The way that my schedule is set up, it just won't allow me to do that. So that's one of my least favorite things. My second least favorite things is just kind of getting lonely. Sometimes you do get lonely. And when you are in these different hotels every night, or let's say you're doing a 4-day, you're in like, let's say 3 hotels for the entire 4 days. It can get lonely. Sometimes at first it's like, wow, I'm in a new hotel. Let me just jump on my bed. Oh my God. Ooh, my pillow. Ooh, yum. I get this whole entire super king size bed to myself. Ooh, new sheets. Ooh, let me just use all the towels. And then a few hours later, it's kind of like, I wish babe was here. Or I wish somebody was here. It's like you don't know anybody in these cities sometimes. The cable stations aren't that good. And final question. What is your advice for anyone looking to become a flight attendant? Just get ready. Just get ready for the ever-changing lifestyle. It's funny because I've always heard this saying before I started, and it's so true. Once you start flying, you can never stop. Like, you can never go back to a regular 9-to-5. You're always going to think about it or love this lifestyle. So it's an amazing lifestyle. I definitely encourage you all to apply, but make sure your heart is in it, because if you don't like it, you probably will never like it. So just apply. The worst thing that can happen is a no, you know. Do your research on your companies, the different companies that would match your lifestyle, different companies that you want to work for. You know, don't just go because, oh, I like the uniform that they wear. No, baby, this job is more than a uniform, okay? This could be your life for the next 20 years. You have to love it, you know? I say talk to other flight attendants. Do your research. Google it. YouTube it. I don't know. Search it on Twitter. You have to have your knowledge and be ready for whatever. Practice interview questions with your friends, okay? Just get your life ready, because it's so unpredictable, but yet it's amazing at the same time. Like I said, just talk to your flight attendant friends. They know a lot. If you all want to talk to me, that's fine too. I'm definitely here to help. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you all enjoyed this flight attendant tag. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me. Or if you have any other questions, just let me know. I am here to help. Nice talking to you all. See you.